What's up, YouTube? It's Brian from Team Board Wipe. Just got top 4 at back-to-back OTS tournaments this weekend. Lost in top 4 both times, unfortunately. Couldn't pull out the win. But, I mean, consistent success. It was an overall good weekend, even if I couldn't get the mat. I was playing Danger Thunder Dragon. Not the Sekka's Light build, though. I was playing the Floodgate build. That's similar to the second place from YCS Chicago. And we'll get right into it. So we got 3 Dragon Dark, 3 Thunder Dragon, then 2 Roar, 2 Hawk, 2 Matrix. Since we play Titan, we play Matrix to give it a way to trigger on your opponent's turn. And yeah, 2/2/2, 3 of the ones you need 3 of. And then for the Chaos Monsters, triple Levianeer, triple white, because the dark ones have the good effects, so you want 3 white, 2 black. Some people were playing 1 black. I upped it to 2 because I upped my card count to 45, and it worked out. Both tournaments, I only drew like unplayable maybe 5 times, and unfortunately maybe 6, but like 4 of them happened both in top 4, so that was nice. But yeah, those were the dragons. 3 Levianeer because you can chain block and pop back row. Against Salamangreat, this card is insane if you can chain block it so they can't hit it with Roar. And then they're forced to negate something subpar with Roar, and you can blow through their boards and kill them. And it's really nice. Then 4 normal summons, 2 Solar, 2 Sky Blaster. I didn't want to play too many normal summons, because if you draw too many normal summons without any dangers, then you're not in a good position. So I played this ratio. It works. Sky Blaster is amazing. Solar and White Dragon is amazing. And then the dangers, I played 3 Nessie, 3 Jackalope, 3 Snake. And then this weekend, I played 3 Mothman because, we'll skip to the traps. I played 2 Floodgates in my main deck. I played Eradicator, which I'm not sure was correct, and Summon Limit. Summon Limit is amazing. Summon Limit is an auto win because it's very hard to out, especially game 1. And game 3, if like they don't know what you're playing and they don't really know what build you're playing, they're not going to side in Twin Twister against this. Especially if you can beat them without floodgating them, games 1 or 2. So game 3, you have a huge advantage because they can try and hand trap you, but I can get to Summon Limit through an Ash. I can get to double Colossus through a Droll. So like it's, I don't know. Summon Limit's fantastic. It's an auto win. I don't think I lost when I flipped it. Except once, against Sky Striker. I flipped it because I had to, otherwise I lost, and I couldn't come back through it. Eradicator I never activated once. I don't know. I only played Sky Striker once the entire weekend. I sided Eradicator out every other match. And it's just, I guess twice I played Sky Striker. But it was never necessary. I might take it out of the main deck just because right now more of the decks that are in the meta are summon-based decks. So flipping Summon Limit is just better, especially since Salamangreat is a thing, and that deck is insanely popular. I played, I think, 8 Salamangreat decks this weekend, and I beat 7 of them, and I lost. The one loss to Salamangreats I had was in top 4 of the Sunday tournament, and that was sad. But Eradicator's not, it wasn't amazing for me this weekend. I sided it out a lot because I just didn't play that many types of decks. But yeah, so I played 2 Floodgates, so I upped the count to 45 and added more dangers to kind of not lose as much consistency, because I wanted to be able to choose which Floodgate to send game 1 in Top Cut when I knew what everybody was playing, to give myself an advantage so I didn't have a dead Floodgate in the main deck against poor matchups. And it worked for the most part. The bad hands I drew were not because of multiple Floodgates. And then the spells, Triple Allure, Double Melody, Thunder Dragon Fusion, and Gold Sark. If you're not playing Sekkas, I think this is pretty standard. You have to have ways to get to Levianeer, because Levianeer really extends your combos to make Titan. And Recursion, I think, is really important. And without, I mean, if you play Sekkas, you don't have the like recursion of Thunder Dragon Fusion to always have access to any Thunder Dragon monster you want. And Titan is really good in the mirror match. So that's actually, like, that was why I played this build instead of the Sekkas build, because this gives you recursion and follow-up plays Titan's good in the mirror match, and Floodgates can give you auto wins. So that's the main deck, 45 cards. Extra deck, Link Karibo, Link Spider for the Link ones. Link Karibo is a Dark Cyber, so it's really easy to make Curious with this since we play Matrix. And Link Spider makes Danger, Sky Blaster a very easy Saryuja. So Reaper-Dachis. I'll show you the Reaper-Dachis plays that I was making, which is different than anybody else I've ever seen with this type of combo. So I'll leave that out there for now. A lot of people only use this to make Summon Sorceress or something, but I have a play I do with Saryuja with that. That's pretty cool. Phoenix, Unicorn for the Nightmares, and Griffin, because we do the Curious combo with Griffin to set the Floodgate, and then these are utility. Plus, if you open the combo where you can just end on this, they can't out your Griffin with your big monsters. Like, if you can't get to, like, a Floodgate, you can still get to this sometimes instead of making Curious, and then they can't out your Griffin if you have something up top, and then they can't activate effects, and then you OTK the next turn. Then, Summon Sorceress, Saryuja, Borreload. Played Borreload instead of Borrelsword because Borreload, this deck doesn't like struggle OTKing and killing people, so I don't think we needed Borrelsword. And Borreload, if you push through negates, you can make a Borreload and then steal the negate. So then you have a negate for your opponent's turn, and it's just, or a Colossus or a Floodgate monster or something. So Borreload just helps break boards and keep them broken so they can't break your board back. Then Triple Colossus, Double Titan. Titan's insane in the mirror match. It's wild. Side deck, I think, is very self-explanatory. Triple Droll, Triple Denko, Triple Sphere Mode, Triple Pankratops, and Twin Twister. Because Salamangreat is a deck, I really liked Twin Twister, so yet another reason to not play the Sekka's Light build. That makes it harder to play cards like Twin Twister, which I think is really strong against the Salamangreat deck, along with Pankratops. I didn't like Denko because they're playing so many hand traps that, like, I don't know, sometimes like just Denkoing them isn't enough if they have double hand trap. But with Twin Twister, you can discard cards that like have effects in the graveyard, so you can like maximize your ability to play. So you're not really losing advantage with this. So you can clear their back row and then use your graveyard utility to play through hand traps, and you're okay. And then obviously it's good against Sky Striker. Denko for the Sky Striker Altergeist matchups. I don't know if anybody's playing Altergeist anymore, but it's also a Thunder monster. It's in, when I was going first, I would side in one Denko for the Floodgate that I sided out, since it was a Thunder monster, just to kind of keep consistency. And then Droll and Sphere Mode for the Danger combo decks, or Pendulum that we're seeing a decent amount of. And yeah, side is pretty self-explanatory. I didn't like Red Reboot. I didn't think it was good enough against anything other than Altergeist. And we have other cards for Altergeist. And I think evenly matched is subpar if you play against players who are playing correctly. So that was the side. So what I was doing with Reaper-Dachis, I'll kind of go through some combos and stuff and explain. So obviously, like, Danger monsters plus Sky Blaster gives you the Saryuja, right? So you have the Saryuja, you do the draw 4, put back 3. And if you have like Battery Man Solar plus White Dragon, it's also the same thing. And then you have the Black Dragon and the Dragon Dark Search. So what you can do is, if you have access to Levianeer, you can do Danger plays, and then you can make, like, you have your Levianeer and your White and Black Dragons. You can make Curious, and then what you do is, with your extra monsters, you make Reaper-Dachis here. I was only going into Summon Sorceress if I got hand trapped before this plays. So, like, if I got hand trapped on, like, on the Saryuja or something, I could make a Reaper-Dachis up top with, like, Saryuja, make a Summon Sorceress, and then end on double Colossus, which is, like, fine, because now they're playing with less cards because I got hand trapped, so it's harder to out Colossus since they don't have a full 6. But if they don't hand trap you, you don't need to use Summon Sorceress, because after your Saryuja, you, like, should have access to some way to get to your Thunder cards. And you don't even need Thunder cards if you floodgate them out of the game anyway. So I would not go into Summon Sorceress unless I got hand trapped. Or I drew subpar. But like the average hand, you can make Saryuja, do the Curious, and then you make Reproducus, and you make this a Thunder. So then you can make your Griffin underneath. Then you get the Koling, so you get the draw after you set the Floodgate. And then if you have access to Thunder Dragon Fusion, you can make a Titan here, which means you can trigger it because it's linked. And then you make the Colossus here. So that way, they don't have an arrow to activate special summon monster effects for things like Pankratops, or if they have the Thanos Dragon. If they do the Thanos Dragon during your plays, that means they can use 2 summons to make a Phoenix, and their Phoenix can activate because you give them an arrow. So if you take away their arrow by using your Reproducus to make this a Thunder and then just putting a Fusion up top, even if they Thanos Dragon you and they summon another monster, their second summon is a Phoenix, they can't activate the Phoenix because it's not linked. So you just floodgate them out of the game. They can't activate effects, they can't summon again, and I just think it's a better use of Reproducus if you have the combo, so you don't get outed by monsters that can activate their effects. Pankratops was the big one that I was playing around, but then people started using Thanos Dragon, and that gives them a free monster on your turn, so then they can get 3 monsters on board, which is only 2, and then you can just Phoenix out with the Floodgate. So if you only get hand trapped once, or like you don't get drolled or something, you can usually do this Saryuja play with this, and then make it a Thunder, and then you can just hardcore floodgate them out of the game, and they just can't win. So that's why, all of those reasons are why I picked this build over the Sekka's Light build. You just can't do as much, and it's harder to put up boards through hand traps. You can't put up negates through hand traps as easily with the Sekka's Light build, I don't think. So, I don't know. I just liked this one better. Shout-outs to Tom Diskin of TGG for lending me a bunch of danger cards to use this weekend. And shout-outs to Michael White and TJ, both TGG players who won the OTSs that I lost in top 4. Sadness. Shout-out to Rising Star Games in Oakdale. And, last but not least, shout-out to Izzy. I don't know where she is. She's out and about. I think she's exploring downstairs. She's the greatest cat in the world. She's my good luck charm. She always supports me and cheers me on whenever I'm at tournaments. And that should do it. Thanks, YouTube.